Hello everyone, welcome back to Fix the Family. My name is Raylan Alamont and we are bringing you Truth Without Compromise for the Family. We are in studio with our series Just Dads. We're on part 4 and we're talking about the correction of the family. First we're going to talk about correction of the children. Now no matter how much formation and training we give, there is going to be some disobedience. Some kids more than others. But the training and formation we do will help to significantly reduce the amount of disobedience we get from the kids. It's also going to make them so much more good-natured and happier kids, but there will be some mistakes. So those transgressions have to be met with some consequences. Those consequences should match up to the transgression that we have to deal with. So we got to be fair. But they have to know that those consequences will happen. That we are their father and not their friend. We should have good relations with all of our kids, but we can't step over the line of fatherhood. We're not on the same level as the kids. Dads, we need to be prepared. You know, we have to know if our kids end up doing something, we have to know what kind of response we are going to have to that. Moms need to back up the discipline that we give. So they tend to want to be compassionate, tend to want to reduce the amount of discipline, and even at times make excuses for the kids. As a father, we have to come in and be able to explain to them the necessity of the discipline that we give, that it is for the good formation of the children. Next, we're going to talk about correction of the wife. Now, if the husband is the head of his wife, and the wife is to be submissive to her husband, then at times the husband is going to have to correct his wife. What? Yup. So the common counterpoint to that is going to be abuse. Doesn't this put the wife on the same level as one of the children? Well, I got a question for you. Is it okay, right, good, justified, and acceptable for me to put my wife into a job, to send her to work for a paycheck, where someone else's husband, or even worse, wife for that matter, is going to tell my wife what to do and then reprimand her if and when she makes an error? And then I, as the husband of my wife, should not do the same? What's more important, the almighty dollar? You see the double standard that we have in marriage today? How husbands' hands are tied in marriages due to the feminist influence in our society. This is all due to a lack of understanding of the importance of the submission of the wife and the formation of the attitudes of the children. I got a good book here by Dr. G.C. Dillsaver called The 3 Marks of Manhood. Dr. Dillsaver is a Catholic psychologist and uses the church's magisterial teaching inside the book, and he talks about the importance of submission over on page 70. Still, it is the mother who is in the best position to edify her children in regard to their filial duty to honor their parents. Not only is she the prime influence on her young children, but she provides a direct example of the spirit of submission. It is the wife's attitude toward her husband, as manifested even in the slightest smile or grumble, and that will redound in the behavior of her children. When a wife fully submits to her husband, the children, imbuing this spirit with their very mother's milk, will likewise be submissive. But it's an unpopular message out there for both men and women, we see. Yet it is not only the modern women that have a hard time accepting this teaching. Modern fathers themselves may find it difficult to graciously accept wifely and filial love and submission. Like the priest who doesn't want to be called father. A husband may feel uneasy with or unworthy of such submission and love. He may protest that he doesn't deserve such reverence. He may inappropriately use the Lord's exhortation to be meek and humble of heart as an excuse for compliance and compromise. He may posture himself in all the above as one following the Christian ideal, when instead he is merely weak and devoid of backbone. But behind this pretense of a Christian self-effacement may lurk an unwillingness, even if subconscious, to respond to the rendered love and submission with the required greatness of soul that this magnanimity of manhood and of patriarchy. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what is missing in families today. So counterpoint number 2 finally is going to be, well, who corrects the husband? I got a hint. It's not the wife. We have a term in the church called fraternal correction. There should be a brotherhood around the dad to help hold him up and keep him in line. But first and foremost, we have the practice of regular confession that all Catholics should take advantage of, but especially a Catholic dad. He should be abiding by much more than the annual precept that is required by the church. He should be going to confession at least monthly, probably twice a month, even weekly sometimes. But then he should also subject himself to that confessor, to that spiritual director, put himself under his guidance and be obedient to him. Ideally, he'd be part of a fraternal group that would help him to and support him in his efforts to be a good dad, and have a mentor that he could go to, someone elder that he can ask questions to and give him guidance in this area. Dads, don't run with an easy crowd. The motivators tell us to get around people that are going to challenge us to do our best. Find someone that's getting the results that you want with their family. Follow their lead and take their advice. All this firmness and correction is going to set us up to be good protectors of our daughters' chastity and purity. That's what we're going to talk about next time on Just Dads here at Fix the Family. Come back and see us. God bless you.
Oh, and by the way, click like and click share.